silver ribbon, stood an old mill. Its great wheel had stopped turning many years ago, and its windows, now covered in dust and ivy, stared blankly toward the hills. The villagers whispered that the mill was haunted, not by ghosts, but by the voices of the grain that once filled its wooden heart. No one dared to go near it, except for an old woman named Elsa. She alone remembered the constant hum of the wheel and the sweet, warm smell of flour on summer mornings. Every evening, as dusk settled, she would walk down the winding path, her lantern casting a soft glow. "Good night, old friend," she'd call out softly, and she would listen. Sometimes, when the wind was just right, she could swear she heard the faint rustle of wheat whispering from within. One autumn night, under a sliver of a moon, Elsa felt a pull she couldn't ignore. She pushed open the creaking door and entered the mill once more. Brushing away thick cobwebs, she sat by the cold, silent hearth. "You were once the heart of this valley," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "What made you fall silent?" And then, a sound. Perhaps it was the wind, or perhaps something much older. The floorboards groaned, and a low whisper seemed to rise from the very stones, answering her. We remember the hands that fed us, the feet that danced in our dust, the laughter that once filled these walls. When they all left, our song was lost. Elsa closed her eyes, a gentle smile on her face. "Then let me hear your song one more time," she whispered back. From her basket, she took a small pouch of golden seeds, the very last she had saved from the final harvest all those years ago. Carefully, she poured them into the mill's cold stone bowl. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, slowly, the great wheel shuddered. The heavy stones began to turn, one against the other. The air filled with a soft hum, a sound that was not quite sound, not quite silence. It was the whisper of grain, remembering what it was to be alive. The seeds glowed faintly, and the mill's old walls seemed to breathe again. Moonlight poured through the cracks in the roof like liquid silver. Dust rose in slow, dancing spirals, and a warmth that was not of fire, but of memory, filled the space. When morning came, the villagers found her asleep by the millstone, a peaceful smile on her face. The old mill stood still once more, but its wheel was now dusted with gold. From that day on, no one feared the place again. And in the spring, the wheat around the mill grew taller and stronger than anywhere else in the valley, its stalks bending gently toward the river, whispering softly in the wind. We remember. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed this little tale, please give this video a like and subscribe for more stories that warm the heart. We'll see you again soon.